I woke up this morning with new wisdom on my mind. I know who I am. There's no need to hide. I got something to say. I'm thinking that it's time. Why? Cause I'm a young intellect. I'm a young intellect. I'm a young intellect. I'm a young intellect. Pay me my respect.
You are now tuned in to the Young Intellect Podcast, an open space where experiences and opinions are welcomed, hosted by Ann Dreus, Sam, and Mafwa.
Welcoming you to our open space to teach, learn, laugh, and love.
I am your co-host Sam, here to encourage you to explore different ways to view the world at large. It's season 2. Oh my God, I can't believe we're already in season 2.
Welcome back, everyone. Season 2.
The Young Intellect Podcast is back better, bigger, and brighter than ever before. You already know our wonderful hosts from season 1, me and Mafwa.
What's your name?
I'm Sam, by the way.
Okay.
This season, we have a wonderful new host with us. So give us a hand in welcoming Miss Ann Dreus Renee to the show.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, you know her.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
Don't get sued now.
Right.
You may know her if you listen to all our episodes, from like the Friends episode and the Self-Love episode. So she's back for like permanent.
Yeah. Thank you all for, allowing me to be a part of this wonderful podcast. I love every episode that you all have done so far. Like, really, from the bottom of my heart, I'm truly proud of both of you all, and I'm truly honored to be a part of the group.
Oh, thank you. And like, we know you have like some great things in store for this show. Like, you're a great addition to this.
Thank you.
Yes.
100%. They loved like the podcast with you and them. The episode views are amazing. So obviously people loved you. So it's just like,
Oh,
let's get her back permanently.
Yeah.
well, I'm glad to be here. Let's celebrate.
Yeah. I've been told that you were great in the self-love episode. So,
Oh, well, thank you all again.
Yes. So this episode, since we are introducing a new host, we did decide that we wanted you guys to get to know us a little bit. So we're gonna just answer a few questions again, like we did for our first ever episode.
Okay, all right. All right, so who wanna start?
Since you're new, you go first. You ask the first question.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Drum roll. All right, so what are the top 5 things on your bucket list?
Top 5 things on my bucket list.
Now, I hope everybody out there knows what a bucket list is.
Oh, okay. So first, I guess I'll be good to start off explaining what a bucket list is. You guys can chime in too, because I hope I'm not wrong. But a bucket list is things that you want to do before you kick the bucket, which is die.
I agree with that definition.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much spot on.
So, top 5 things will be to volunteer in at least 5 different countries with just any organization that I feel is good and suits my morals. Go skydiving. And you know, like how people go underwater like in cages and they swim with like sharks, like not swim with sharks, but like wild sharks come.
Oh, sharks.
Yeah.
Oh, ha, baby, no.
He's like, nope. But I definitely want to do that. That'll be so cool.
Ooh, you have fun, girl.
I'll tell you how it goes.
Ooh, she said. Ooh,
And
Mafwa.
yes.
That's sharks.
I don't even know. Just because like it's something that I don't know. It's like, why not?
You can swim?
Yeah, I can. But honestly, you just have to stay in a cage. Don't go outside. And the last 2 would be to have 5 kids.
Aww.
I think.
Oh.
And honestly, just go to at least 20 different countries in Africa. There we go.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. So I said for me, I would like to travel the world, maybe like a good amount of countries, been several places in one country or like several places in one continent, stuff like that. I would like to climb a mountain. I don't know why I wrote that, but I would like to climb a mountain because I wanted to go hiking when I was in LA, just like a small little trail, but I didn't get the chance to. So I was like, okay, why not climb like, a mountain? I'm not sure if I'm going to actually stick to that. Maybe I'll just go hiking. Um, I wanted to parasail, skydiving as well, and I guess have my own org for children with no parents or something like that. I don't know. That's something that I always like wanted to do, or like children with one parent. Like, yeah, that's close to my heart or something.
Aww. All of these big old adventurous things y'all doing. I like it.
Yes. What about you?
Well, first, well, I'm not gonna say first because we never know what's gonna happen. But I do want to take a trip to Dubai.
Okay.
I've always wanted to go, so I just want to be a little fancy out there. I also really want to go to Africa. Like, I've always been telling myself I want to get that 23andMe little test.
Okay.
And see what I am, where my bloodlines are, and then go back to my roots. Like, literally hop on a plane and go right back over there.
That'd be so cool.
And just learn my culture. I really want to go there. I really want to really embrace the culture and, feel home, because a lot of times here, I don't feel home, since we are the minority and people be treating us like, sugar honey iced tea. I just want to go back there and just really feel the true meaning of Africa. It's besides what everybody likes to put on TV and social media. Like, it's just a third world country, just poverty. You're not going to have anything there. Like, I've seen pictures of some really beautiful places in Africa, and I want to see them. So I want to do that, and I really want to learn how to swim, even though I just feel like it's not in me. I'm that person who's just like, this black girl right here, she can't swim. Like, this one cannot swim. I fit that little stereotype y'all want to create. That's me. I can't swim.
I'm with you on that.
I feel like maybe it's because of my asthma. I feel like I feel like my body is using that as an excuse not to try to learn how to swim. But I can't. I don't know. Jesus gonna have to take the wheel and make me do it, because I can't voluntarily just say I'm a swim.
It's never too late. You can still do it. You can still learn. You're still young.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Do some lessons or try somebody teach me, because everybody be wanting me to be on these little boats and jets and all this stuff without, safety over my head. So if I tilt and fall into the water, I need to learn how to swim.
That's very true.
Because I'm not getting ate up by no alligator or no shark or crocodile or no piranha. Nope. And then the last one, I would like to have 4 kids.
Ooh.
2 girls and 2 boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I may adopt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was gonna
like
say
to
that,
too.
but I was like, I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely something that will be a very good idea.
Yeah, those are good ones. Malfa will have a basketball team, and you almost a basketball team. So yeah.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of money.
That's
why
we're gonna be
okay, because this generational wealth gonna come in real soon.
Right.
Okay. So I wanted to know, what are you guys thankful for today, right at this moment?
Honestly, I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my family's health. I'm thankful for the health of the people around me. I'm thankful that we aren't suffering and struggling. Like, we do have it good, even though we are still trying to get to other places and grow and expand. We are okay. So that's what I'm thankful for.
I like that. Definitely health.
Yeah, I could say the same, but in addition, I'm also thankful for like being alive and just like living each day and breathing each day and just living life. I'm also thankful for the people that God has placed in my life, or if you want to say the source, whatever you want to call, has placed in my life to just be there. Like I've seen like God has placed so many wonderful people in my life that have been there for me, and like I'm just so thankful for these individuals that are in my life right now, because if it wasn't for them, like I'm not sure sometimes where I would be. And I feel like sometimes
Right.
people that God placed in my life help me more than like my own family members. So I'm super thankful for stuff like that. I'm just so thankful.
That's great. I am thankful for my relationship with God. Like I like keeping it straight 100. Like my relationship with God has gotten so closer just in the matter of these 7 months of us being in quarantine.
Mm.
That's
Like I didn't have the best relationship with him. You know, coming into college, I was just figuring myself out, having like heavy depressed. So just now getting out of that, like he done put me through some strings, some hard times, some tests that turned into I don't know what. But if it wasn't for him, I would not be here now. So the relationship I have with him is what I'm truly thankful for.
That's pretty good. I'm glad your journey is like really going great. Like I'm still working on mine.
Oh
So
yeah, it's still a process.
Everyone's still working on their
yeah,
journey.
Oh
like my
yeah.
journey is just like, we're a little bit more work, but I'll get there.
Mm.
hmm What I just had a conversation with my supervisor, and I was telling her how I felt like, well, no, it's current. So I feel like that I fell off track. Like imagine yourself on a railroad track and you falling off. I felt like I I fell off. I felt like I couldn't get back on. It was just too much for me. And I felt like God placed me back on there, on track. And now like I'm wobbling to stay aligned. And I told her that, and my supervisor told me this, and they'll always stay with me. She was like, as long as you're wobbling on the tracks, you're good.
Mhm.
God got you balanced. You're not off the track. You're not laid out on the side of the road. You still on track. You may be wobbling, and wobbling is fine, but he still got you either way. So that just stood, and I just thank him.
Mm.
That's really great. That's a good thing that she said. It's like at least you're not off the track. At least you're on the track. So it
Right.
doesn't matter like what is happening to you while you're on the track. At least you're there. You can always align yourself and fix yourself and stop the wobble.
hmm
Sometimes when you're all the way off, it's harder to get back on.
And sometimes being off the track is important too, just to remind you, like, because it guides you to be, and you never know, like that's probably part of the journey. It probably wasn't even off the track. It was probably just the hard part on the track, where
Right.
like just was so uncertain. But now like you're starting to find that balance and like you know what I'm saying. I might not be able to
Yeah.
describe it, but
Because a lot of times you can have situations you can where it almost feels like someone is literally pushing you off of that track.
Mhm.
Like it feels like you're falling, but you're still standing.
exactly. And if you had fallen, you probably won't even be here today. So you probably were doing a lot more than you even thought you were doing. Like you were working, but like, God was helping you as well. And you're here now and you're just able to thank Him that, those times happen and you're here where you are now and you can really appreciate what you have now. Because imagine if that didn't happen, would your
Right.
relationship with God be what it is today?
Mhm.
See, exactly. That's exactly the point.
Everything happens for a reason. That should be my number one saying.
Amen.
So the question I would like to ask is, What is the biggest risk that you have ever taken?
I'm not sure if like it's a big risk, but for me, like moving to LA, not really knowing anyone was kind of like a bit hard. It was just like I didn't travel for like about 10 years. Like I didn't get like the last time I traveled was 10 years prior to like getting on a plane and going to LA. And I was a child and I traveled with my father, so I didn't really know anything. I was just like, oh my God, like figuring it out for myself as an adult. And then just moving into like this big city without even having an actual an apartment to stay in. So it was like a risk because like I was grateful that like I was able to stay with someone in the meantime, finding an apartment, stuff like that. But it was just like there was a lot of uncertainty, but I'm glad that everything worked out for me and I got the experience that I got.
I think the biggest risk I've ever taken would probably be on myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so following up from that question, I think now would be a good time to ask if you guys didn't have to work for money, what would you guys be doing?
Well, I guess I have to ask, where would my money be coming from if I'm not working for it?
Maybe it's like you're earning passive income, or you're retired and like money's just not something you're worried about right now.
So considering those options, I'll probably still be doing what I'm doing now, trying to still get my business up, still trying to be an entrepreneur.
Mm.
I may not have to work to get money now, which is also a good thing because now I can fully just work on my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing I'm doing now, trying to get even a bigger bag.
Okay. What about you, Sam?
If I didn't have to work for money, I think I would invest more in my talents and stuff like that. Like be like try to start a business and like actually focus on my brand more like with writing,
Yeah.
invest in that because that's something I really like to do. And just I guess like maybe I'll go into more of like my creative side and just like see what I'm good at and like what I can do. And maybe like, do a little dance, learn dancing on the side. And maybe if I'm good enough, I would teach or something like that. I don't know, just like fun things that I like to do.
Right.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, but I would be involved in like a little business. I have me some business. And I want to like, get involved in property. I don't know why. Like every time I think about it, I'm thinking about
Because
garage.
it's a really good investment.
Yeah, I'm like garage. I want a garage.
What about you?
If I didn't have to work for money, I'd be doing some humanitarian work, either helping kids who don't have homes, like just making them happy in a way. Not making them happy, but just because you can't make anyone happy. But
Putting a smile on her face?
yeah, putting a smile on their face, making their memories just worthwhile, making their childhood just amazing, and helping them grow to be the best person that they can be.
That's wonderful.
Right. That's beautiful.
Yeah, because when you first asked the question, I was thinking about like the kids thing that I had mentioned earlier, but then like by the time I got to answer it, I kind of forgot. And when I'm listening to you, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you too, Sam, because when she mentioned like humanitarians, I was like, the reason why I want to stack up all of this money is for everything that I've been wanting to give back. Like, I'm a giver. I'm not really so much as I need all of this stuff. It's like I want to open up like a kind of like a hotel sort of, but for like homeless people.
Okay.
So they'll be able to just sleep there, but also on like the main floor they'll be able to work and gain actual real money so that they can either go out, get whatever they want, or and help them with their resumes, create a resume for them, get them a bigger job, like giving back that type of way, helping people get back on their feet. Like, I want to build like a hospital, not necessarily a hospital, but a clinic for like a women's center for us, like for Black women, for Black and brown women who's like uninsured, who don't have the best health care, because Lord knows America does not have the best health care. And it's definitely not affordable for everybody, especially minorities.
And that's facts.
And when it comes to people like our race, like there's stuff that goes on where we need that health care. Like our young girls, traumatic things are happening to them all the time, and they don't have resources or available resources where they can take care of their bodies in a healthy manner. So I want to be able to give them that health care so that they can, improve their lives essentially.
Exactly. And our bodies are actually different to other races. So some practices they do on other races don't work on us, and that's why
Right. I want it to be so diverse.
Yeah, we have diseases at higher rates, death rates are much higher, and just things like that. And we're not their main priority, so they don't do research into this, or maybe they do, but they don't take action on it.
For that part, like, because I was involved in research and stuff, it's because they say like most of the people that do research are white people. So like obviously they're not gonna go out of their way and be like, not all, but like, a good majority of them won't be like, oh, let's focus more on Black people. It has to be like, maybe like our youth has to be more involved in doing that stuff for ourselves. That's what it has to come down to at some point. That's why they're trying to get more people in research though.
I think that's true. And but they also do a lot of research on animals, and they know a lot about animals. And I think it's just that they have done the research on Black people. It's just that they probably don't want to take action on it as well, because they know a lot more than they care to admit, than they care to this is the government we're dealing with. They know a lot, and I think it's just we're Black and they're not, and we're just not who they don't want to take care of us, so they're not going to.
And I feel like if it was more unity involved, more Black unity involved, it would definitely be straight.
Yeah, 100%. And that's one thing I would also want to do, is help build a Black Wall Street again, because we do need it. We need our own things, our own businesses, our own hospitals, our own lawyers, our own people who actually know our history and can apply that within our practices, rather than being educated by the white man and using that for us. We need people who know who we are, know where we come from, know our who we are down to a T, like biology wise, spiritually wise, and use that knowledge, because we're not the same. We don't come from the same. We have a whole different culture, and coming in with the white man's knowledge, it's only, even though we might have all these Black people, we were taught by them, so we might not have the whole truth. So so we need Black people who actually do know what it means to be Black, and are proud to be Black.
Yeah, definitely. And like a lot of other communities have their own stuff, so it's like only right for us to try to have our own stuff. It's just like, it's kind of sad when you look at it. You like go to communities and like they have like all these stuff, all these products you're buying from that community, and like we barely have as much. And we help build a lot of this country and a lot of like other stuff.
Okay, so if you could give yourself 6 months to master something, what would it be?
Oh, I got 2 things.
Okay.
One is pole dancing.
I knew it. I knew
it. One is pole dancing. I'll master pole dancing. I'll give myself 6 months for that.
Yes.
Yes. And the other will be just acquiring real estate. Just pure doing that. Just pure learning how to do it in a different way. Like, I want to get into apartment syndication, which is basically getting other people's money to purchase some real estate, and then eventually selling it off. Well, bringing it back to you or selling it off. So yeah, I would want to learn how to do that. Those are two things I want to learn how to do.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to like, bite off more for, but I like dancing, so definitely pole dancing and actually dancing as well. Like, if I could like take different classes and just like honestly learn a lot more and just like be trained for real, I think I'll be a
Right.
really decent dancer. And honestly, like get involved into business a little bit more just to learn a little bit more about like how to just be a businesswoman, and as well as like um trying to write more.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. What about you?
Um, I actually have three.
Okay.
One would be investing.
Yeah.
I really want to master that for generational wealth purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also really want to master marketing and finance.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And my last one is writing.
Okay,
Yes.
we have
I
some.
really want to get in touch with my creative side. I know it's there, but I can dig deeper. I want to be able to master that.
So like I was doing like writing challenges, so I would go on Pinterest and like get like words and stuff like that, and I would like write about the word or like use the word in a like or whatever. So I stopped a little bit, but I'm gonna go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
What I was doing to work on it just to see like where like my imagination is at and like what I can do in a way and getting back into that motion of writing.
Mm. I've never tried that. I need to try that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
should.
think that would help me a lot if I tried that for real. Because mainly what I used to do and what I'm trying to get back into now is I would just take a topic and I would write different forms of poetry
Mm,
on that topic.
that's not
And
bad.
I used to really just write short stories, and I would just write it from the thoughts that's in my head, and I would go back in and I would change different words or phrases into different metaphors and syllabi what's
Finally.
the word? There we go.
Like
But yeah.
that's the process of writing. You just like write whatever comes off, and then if you go back you see something, it's just like, oh, let me change it up a little bit. Yeah,
Mm.
I feel you.
Right. Just trying to tap in, like I said, tap in more into the creative side and see what how can I make this flow so aesthetically,
Mm,
Mm.
where it's so pleasing to the eye and to the ears.
mm,
I like writing, but I also like art because you don't have to be right with art
Yes.
as well, and it's kind of just freeing. Like you can literally just draw something. Like, do you know how people sell art with just like a banana hanging from a string, and it's like
Yes.
$1 million? Like you can literally do anything and convince people that it's the best thing in the world. So it's like
I can't
I
draw.
really want to learn how to paint.
you really don't even need to know how to draw. That man hung a banana from a string.
But he knew how to draw the banana.
No,
Okay.
it was literally a real banana.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna get like a cup and just put like tic
Right.
tic tac.
And like it probably goes back to what Ann was saying about marketing. He probably just knew how to market it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if you can sit in somebody's face and persuade them to buy something or persuade them to like this, you can go anywhere.
Exactly. And I've actually been learning how to do that by what's his name, Sigmund Freud, and Edward Bernays. If you really want to learn marketing, look into them because they like Edward Bernays is like spoken about as the father of marketing,
Really?
or yeah, or what's it, advertising, because he did some real cool stuff with it, and it's just like when you hear like I have some ideas for this podcast that I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna market it in a way that people are just gonna have to listen to it because
you're gonna have to. You have to do it.
Right.
So I wanted to ask, what did you think was cool when you were young and is not cool now?
being I thought being mean when you were younger was cool. Like, you know, you could be like rude to someone and then be like scared of you or whatever. And you can say the worst things to someone and just, you know, not really care about their feelings. Like, we used to say anything, like literally anything. Oh, but that's really not that cool. People, like, what you do say, like, you have to watch what you don't have to watch what you say, but it's nice to at least talk with intention, because really it's not really the words thing, it's really a power struggle, and it really says a lot about you the way you talk to someone. So if you talk to someone really mean, it says a lot about the way you talk to yourself, the words you use with yourself, because if you don't use that vocabulary with yourself, you're not just gonna automatically switch and start using it with someone else. People stay constant with the words they use. They're not different with themselves and with other people. They're very much the same.
Interesting. I like that. Something that I thought was cool when I was younger was having a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Not necessarily being popular, but just having a lot of friends. Like I would meet girls and they'd be like, oh yes, and I know her, and we all be at each other's house having slumber parties and everything. And I'd be like, I know her. I kind of know her. She stays on my street, but I don't really speak to her. Like I didn't really talk to people like that. I stayed in my house. And I just thought that if I could get so many friends, I would feel great. But no, because some of these friends are not really your friends.
That's very true.
Some of these friends are really acquaintances.
Period.
And some of these friends are really your enemy.
And they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer, so that's probably what they be doing.
So you gotta watch out for the snakes.
I guess something I thought was cool was like probably having like a pair of Jordans. I don't know why I thought it was cool. I never owned Jordans anyways. And like, you know, and like it didn't take me long to figure out it wasn't cool. Like I was just like, I don't even know why I cared, but like I guess the people around me like cared for it. And it's just like I'm not really a big fan of name brands anyway, so like it was just weird that I thought like that was cool.
And Jordans was a trend back in the day. Well, they still a trend now, but they was really booming back then.
The next question is, what makes you unique or stand out?
What makes me unique is just being me. Like I feel like I'm different than, you know, a lot of people. And it's because I think it's like the way I think and process things, and also just like, you know, like the things that like have happened in life that shaped me into the person that I am. It makes me different than like other people.
What about you, Mafa?
Something that makes me unique, honestly, is just the fact that no one else can be Mafa, literally. I can't be you. That makes you unique. I can't be anyone.
Right.
I can literally only be me. And that is my power. That is what makes me different. But other than that, I'm really not different to anyone else.
Right.
Because, you know, I'm not worse. I'm not better. We're just who we are. But at the same time, I can't be anyone else.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I think what makes me unique is just my story. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's story is unique. So I can't say, oh, I'm better than you, or I'm this or I'm that because of my story. No, your story is just as equally powerful. Like we all came from something and we all got out of something and we all have our own talents, our own strengths. Exactly. And I feel like we all show them at our own caliber. So I feel like we all are unique in our own ways and we all have unique stories.
And that's very true. And sometimes people will be like, your struggle isn't as hard as mine, like, or they'll try to be like, my enjoyment is better than yours, and they really have no idea because they're not you. And
Right.
the thing about that is just that you will never know because you're not that person. So just just understand that you've been through what you've been through and take it like that. What do you guys think your spirit animal is and why?
I'm going to say lioness because I'm a Leo.
Hey.
She stole my answer.
I've always, like, when I was younger, as soon as I learned, about my zodiac and everything, I fell in love with it. Even like before then, when I watched The Lion King, that is my favorite childhood movie, and I love lions ever since that movie. And then when I learned that I was a Leo, it was like, we're one. We were meant to be together. And everybody called me a little lioness anyway, so it just fits.
I like that. What about you, Sam?
I said the same thing. I couldn't come up with a backup animal, so I would say like my spirit animal would be a lion because I'm the queen of my own castle in my own world. So like that, I always like felt like I relate to lions. Not like I relate to lions for real, but like what's the word? Like in the animal kingdom, like the only thing I can really think about or relate to would be like a lioness. So I don't know.
Right.
I always felt like that's the animal that I would choose. So like I don't have anything else, I would say.
Because you're dominant.
Yeah. Period.
Okay, for me, I would say I have two, and I would say a gorilla or a goat. And yeah, the gorilla is just because like they have loads of responsibilities and they're very similar to humans, and I am a human, but theirs is more not domesticated and more free in the sense of they do what they want, but they still have responsibilities. Like they have their packs, they take care of their families, and the man plays their role. Like people play their roles, and the woman plays their role. The mother takes care of the kids, and like in terms of they do loads of heavy lifting, and I feel like throughout my life I've done a lot of heavy lifting. And for the goat, they climb, like the mountain goats, they climb really, really high. And I feel like I'm always just climbing and like just taking risks and climbing, and people are like, are they gonna make it? Is she gonna make it? It's like, are they gonna make it to that next step? And I'm always gonna make it. So and I always get it. So a goat is definitely one.
Okay.
I like that.
Of all time.
I think I may need to do another animal. Now thinking about it,
I need to research the animals. I need
a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I feel like I will also be an eagle. And just piggybacking off of what you said about how goats, that they always climb to the top. And for eagles, they soar high.
Yeah.
They're always determined. And along with lions and what Sam was saying, they're very dominant. They're also very determined. And I feel like that's something that is a strong personality trait of mine. I'm always determined. And I feel like those two animals resonate really well. Well, this was fun.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was a very lovely episode. Welcome, Anne, to the podcast. It was amazing.
Thank you all again.
Yes, we're excited to have you on here and just see how the podcast grows, because now you're joining the team. We're now like a family, and we're really building this together. So extra strength, extra amazingness, extra beauty is just extra.
And I really thank you all again, like I said, for just allowing me to join and seeing something in me, even if it was big or small, just allow me to be a part of you all's sisterhood on this podcast. I think one of the most important things to me is sisterhood, especially since I was the only child. So to be a part of something like this means everything. So thank you all.
I have faith in us. We're going to go far.
Yes, we will.
We just got to keep the faith.
And shout out to sisterhood.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you for joining us today on the Young Intellect Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show and tell a friend about us. Make sure you take care of yourself and your mind.
Cause I'm a young intellect. I'm a young intellect. I'm a young intellect.